My name is Benny. I'm on YouTube now. Here's my song about it. I'm playing my guitar to practice being a star. I'm trying to spit rhymes to make those dimes. But in all honesty, it's not about the money. I just think that I'm funny. Ha ha ha. Yeah. You know who I am. But if you don't, well, my name is Benny. I'm as sharp as a penny. I have a dog named Penny. Yeah. My name is Benny. I'm on YouTube now. Here's my song about it. I'm playing my guitar to practice being a star. I'm trying to spit rhymes to make those dimes. But in all honesty, it's not about the money. I just think that I'm funny. Ha ha ha. Yeah. You know who I am. But if you don't, well, my name is Benny. I'm as sharp as a penny. I have a dog named Penny. My name is Benny. Now that you know who I am, let's do some rapping. As I'm writing the song and playing along, I just think something's wrong. I want to have fame, but I want to stay the same. I want to stay sane, is that really vain? Every rapper that I see has fame and glory. They let it get to the head, but underneath it all they're filled with dread. Yeah, You should know me by now. But if you don't, well, my name is Benny. I'm as sharp as a penny. I have a dog named Penny. My name is Benny. My name is Benny. I used to be skinny, and as you can see, I'm as sharp as a penny. I got a little talent, but so do you. Just put it into practice, you press through. My name is Benny. Before the song ends, the message I'm trying to send. If you want to be like me, don't let it in your head. My name is Benny. I'm as sharp as a penny. I have a dog named Penny. My name is Benny.
We got a lot of daring, awesome campaigns on here. Pretty much all of these are by people that we know. Smokes the Fox is here. That's a nice Mike Barron campaign. Mike Barron wrote this. Chrome Dog, happy to see that here.
What is up, everybody? I'm just here in my stream we got puzzle cam going. This is kind of what people like me do to unwind. We throw on a song by my son from back in the day. Hey, what's going on, Duck Bacon? Welcome in. How's it going? But anyway, I don't know, felt like streaming, doing something, try to get those stream hours up, and I don't know, maybe we can chat about something. I know one thing, the world sure is getting weird out there. Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's nice. Let's see. I don't even know if this is exciting. Oh, all right. And actually, you know what? I'm guessing, but it's probably upside down, so maybe I should fix that. Let's see here. There we go. That's better. All right. So this puzzle. Let me see. Hold on. Let me transfer all these pieces into this box bottom. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll start here. All right. So this guy, his name is Alejandro Berdicio Berda, I guess. Probably completely butchered his name, but anyway, he's on ArtStation, so if you want to check him out, you're going to play hell probably searching for this. Maybe, I don't know, you could look it up as Crown Station, but he does some really cool, here's just kind of a preview of some of what he does, where he takes these, it's like a retro futuristic art that he makes. And I dig that stuff. Like, that is definitely my thing. Like, check that out. That's so cool. But yeah, he paints. He makes these paintings, and they're anachronistic. And this is the actual like box top, but it kind of shows what it looks like. But this is it's kind of cool. They give you this is the actual like full photo, or full print, if you will. And then on the inside, it gives you kind of some facts about trains and stuff. But yeah, in this piece, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's on ArtStation. You might even find it on a well, I don't know. It says re to play. I don't know if that, or at to play, maybe. Anyway, that I think they're the ones that produce the puzzle, but they may even produce prints, I guess. I know InPrint is another company that does stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I feel like I've got, I don't know, this is my way of just kind of dealing with stuff. I feel like sometimes I get a little bit too far into the bottle, if you know what I mean, or too far into the bag, as they say. And sometimes I just need a way to unwind that doesn't involve any like a substance. So I figure I'll work on this until, oh man, that glare is horrible. Not good for streaming. It's good for me to see. Yeah, probably on Instagram. Here, let me see if I can. Let me see. Alejandro. I know this terrible showmanship here. Berta. Let me see if I can. I'll see if I can put a link in the chat. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I'll throw it. I don't even know if it's cool to throw it. If Instagram is because I know Instagram, like they want you to use the app all the time. They don't want you to use desktop, and I'm a desktop junkie. What can I say? I mean, I grew up on this stuff. But that's his ArtStation link. Pretty easy to find. This, I mean, I guess if you looked up Crown Station, you probably find this picture. Um, but yeah, there's another guy. I can't remember the artist, but man, um, and I want to say to those of you that follow me, as far as like follow along with my journey over the past year or so, before I even entered this space, one of the images that really inspired me was there is a creator that's on ArtStation who he has this series of I don't even know I don't know I don't know the artsy term for it, but it's a series that he's done of images that are kind of like, it's almost like they're in the 40s, like the 1940s, but they have this feel about them as if they're like, oh wow, okay, I just saw that, neat. Okay, so I got that to fit. Um, but they have this feeling that even though they're in the 40s, kind of like, I don't know, the transitional period between the 40s and the 50s, or maybe even the 30s, like somewhere in there, maybe it's between the 30s and the 50s. There's yeah, I agree with you, Duck. Um, I mean, well, what I mean is like, I think you can't, like posting is really difficult to do from desktop. You pretty much have to do it from the app. It's almost like sometimes like there's certain functions that you can't get from desktop and some of these apps. But anyway, but yeah, on this other artist's in his work, he does these. It's like there was an image. You know what? I need to find it because it's it's gonna kill me. So maybe what we'll do, since I'm not, I've actually started this stream in um, Firefox, and reason that matters is you can't share sound in Firefox. So so it's not like I'm going to be sharing any sound. Hold on, come on. Okay, takes a little. ArtStation takes a little while to share. Or I mean, not share, to, what do you call it? Let's see here. We're gonna present, share screen. There we go. Okay. All right, so here we are. Oh, there we go. Get rid of that. All right. Nothing like irrelevant information from work to crowd the top of the screen. I guess what I can do is just kind of show the people that I follow, because I'm pretty sure I'm following the guy. My library. Maybe. No, I don't have anything in the library. Okay, let's see here. My connections, maybe. Yeah. So no one's following me. Big surprise, because I don't produce art on here yet. That is an aspiration of mine. Oh man, this guy, you guys, seriously, this, I'm just, maybe this is just going to be me showing off art on here, but this guy is freaking amazing. Like this, this art right here really speaks to me. And it just, I don't know, it just does. I guess I also need to pay attention to what what I'm showing here, because some of these people, let's see, those types of settings really really remind me of some great movies like Dark City, etc. Yeah, that's one movie I haven't seen. I should have. Yeah, I better get out of here, because I don't want to because on ArtStation you never know whenever there's going to be like a nudie picture or something. And I don't want YouTube to have a cow. I will tell you that Geek Daddy, which is one of my Twitter followers, and someone who I follow, he uses this art as his avatar. And it was funny. He found it, and then I was like, "Are you this guy?" And he's like, "No, but that's sick." And I was like, "Well, here's the artist." He's like, "Oh man, that's so cool." I am curious where this goes, though. Let me see. I'm gonna get my phone out here just to see if that even goes anywhere. You can't see me do this, but let me see. Okay, so this QR code, I'm checking it on my phone, and it goes to artstation.com. Oh, okay, so it just goes to his channel. What the heck? Okay, all right. I figured he'd have something like different or crazy. I don't know. I mean, it works. Oh, I love that dread there on the side. That's neat. Soylent Corporation, Cyberdyne Systems. That's cool. But anyway, complete digressions. Let me see if I can find this one artist. Yeah, I know. What, Dark City? You haven't? No, for some reason, like it was one that I always wanted to watch, and I just never got around to it. And I just, I don't know, man. I'll have to see if I can find. Um, and I don't know if I've shared this with you, Duck. And here's another detour. I think I'll middle click that just that way I can. We'll come back to old Kevin McDougal. He's one of my artists, and one of the artists that I've hired, I've collaborated with. I plan on doing much more with him in the coming months, coming years. Looking forward to that. Let's see. Oh man. Oh, and this is another one I got to show. I cannot wait. Okay. Man, it just shows how like it's been so long since I've been on here. Sam Yang, especially like honorable mention. This guy, back, I don't know. It's probably been over a year ago, but I was into really like big into Flesh and Blood, the card game, and anyway, he was definitely an artist that I was watching because I like his style. Let's see. Okay. None of these. Nope. There's another Flesh and Blood artist there. It's cool. Muskin. Okay. Oh yeah, and oh man. Are you, Duck? Are you into? Do you like to play tabletop role playing games and stuff? Because Tanzi, no, that's not. Because wait. Okay, then I think this is another guy. Degenesis. Yeah, that's a role playing game. I haven't gotten a chance to play it, but it is it seems like pretty brutal premise. Well, maybe. Well, that ain't right. By the way, this William T. Pace, this is somebody that I actually know through my love for Firefly. I was a part of I know I probably said this before, but I was a part of a group, and we were all gung ho for Firefly Online before they pulled the plug on it. I guess maybe I can do retro art deco. Hold on. Maybe futurism art deco. Maybe. Oh. No. Okay. Art deco train. There we go. Let's try that. That's not working. Station, maybe. Art deco train station. Anyway, it wasn't even this piece that I'm doing this puzzle for. Oh, you say Monopoly? Totally dig. Yeah, yeah. Tabletop role playing game Monopoly. I never got into it, but I never really had a chance to experience. So you've never played D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, or anything like that? Um, yeah, that's definitely inspired and informed a lot of what I do creatively. Um, because nothing quite matches um, the experience of emergent narrative at the table. And what I'm finding that comes close. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this ain't it? No, this is all 3D art stuff. Um, what comes close to the experience, and maybe not too close, but I don't know. It seems like it comes close. Is comic book creation. It just takes a long time, and it is very costly. Especially since I don't draw. Even if I drew, it would cost a lot for me, time wise, away from my family. um, which that's the balance even now, as because as I'm learning, I'm kind of having to start with the basics and work my way up, and I've just got to work it in. I got to get to a rhythm where I can draw every day. Okay, this is getting me absolutely nowhere. Yeah, maybe I'll have to find it and then hold on. Let me go. Mafia. Whoops. Mafia ro- robot. That kind of gives away the plot, doesn't it? Oh man. See, they're like Terminator bots. Yeah, I don't think that's him. I don't think that's the one. I mean, that's close. I mean, it's no, none of this is anywhere close. That's RoboCop. Or at least it looks like him. Um, yeah, I dig that. Okay. Well, if I can't find it this time, I don't want to, because I've got so much other art I could show. Um, yeah, I'll have to find it. Anyway, there's this crazy scene that this and I'm bouncing all over the place, but there's this crazy scene where this guy, there's a mob boss, and he's got, it's not animated or anything, it's just like freeze frame, but the guy had like there's there's like a robot that looks like they've disappointed him for the last time or whatever, and he like shoots him in the shoulder or something, and so instead of blood shooting all over the ground, it's oil. And right here, so Devin Fay, like this image right here, all I did was see this. um Here, I don't even know if this is copyright. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine. Oh, you can't hear that, so it's all good. But anyway, so he basically shows this process of everything. But this, I had no idea, but this image here is actually on a there's a YouTube channel that is one of the radio stations, YouTube radio stations, where they play like chill synth or chill, kind of like chill music. And I think it's, let me see if I'm going to try to find a link to it, but it's this image, right? But it's animated, and it is the sickest thing ever, at least in my opinion. Let's see. Yeah, Chill Music Lab is the name of the channel. And then let me get that link, and hopefully my connection will behave. I'm stretching our internet to the max here. See, I posted that in chat. I'll show it. But yeah, that's it right there. So if you go there, of course, I don't care if you go there now. That's fine. You can always come back, or if you open up a tab or whatever, you can listen to that music in the background. Matter of fact, maybe we should get some music going just to have something going in the background. Jeez. Here, we'll play my usual. Something cool. Something. I don't know, something back there. I just did an album cover for a synth music producer. Oh, that's sick, man. I gotta see that. So, like, are we following each other on Twitter or something? Like, share it with me somehow. Heck, you're a mod. Just throw the link up. Let's see that bad boy. If you can share it, that is. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how that works. Funny story. So I'm kind of involved. Well, I guess right now I'm not really that. I haven't been very active, but I'm involved with the Night FM Discord and on YouTube, and that's a really fun community. And the guy who's kind of one of the ringleaders of it, his name is Vosto, and he does the music for Von Klaus for his trailer for Terror in the Trenches. That's a good question. Yes, I am on Instagram. I want to say it's going to be agent_0 with maybe instead of an O at the end, it's like a 0 maybe, and maybe _2702, which that's because it's kind of a link to my Terror. Yeah. You know, I should have. I probably, I almost backed that one a few times, and I backed out. I mean, there's so many campaigns and so many other. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I should have, would have, but didn't. And what's funny is there are campaigns who will remain nameless that I did back, and I wish I hadn't. So it's like. And so it's kind of like, but and that's the other thing. It's like, I don't want to out anybody. We're all out here doing our thing. It's just not my cup of tea, or it's, it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my jam. Cool books and everything, and I appreciate the hustle, and but it's just not my thing. And so it's one of those. It makes it. I'd love to create like kind of a, whether it's Comics Gate related or just indie comics, kind of a reading circle where we can just kind of share books. And I haven't even really, I've only brought it up a couple of times on Twitter. Look at this. What is this? Fallberg versus Dr. Psycho Naughty. Okay. Well, there's a lot going on in this picture. It's 10 cents. But yeah, I think it'd be kind of neat for us to kind of share each other, like share comics with one another. Instagram. There we go. Yeah, at agent. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I'll see if I can find you there, Duck Bacon. Man, yeah, my Instagram game is sucko. It's a no good. What the heck? Oh no, I guess I'll follow. Just go through and start following a whole bunch of people on Instagram. Even though I'm never on Instagram. I don't know. I live on Twitter. All right, cool. I found you, Duck Bacon. Daggone, man. Yeah, I really need to step up my game because that's sick. Cool stuff, man. All right. But yeah, like seeing stuff like this is like, it looks like Dr. Doom, but it's from Degenesis, I think, which is a crazy game. I mean, look at this image right here. It's nuts. Look at that. It's crazy. Yeah, thanks. I guess it's just you and me. But you know, it's okay. There's so many choices right now. Okay, now this guy, oh my gosh. Like this is all cool and all. Oh, by the way, when I was running a sci-fi role-playing game, this was one of the backdrops that I chose for one of the cities, to kind of show people in the game where they were, and this is, yeah. Sadly, though, they never actually went there. That's it was all in my imagination. It was all just prep. It was all just preparing for their next game if they go there. And nope, they didn't go there. They went somewhere else. So check this out. So this guy, if it's who I think, yeah. So he's animated this. So that's cool. But he has this thing with this shape, right? It's like these monoliths that are like, you can see it here, right, in this image. He loves to do that. He'll take this perfect oblong rectangular structure, this megalith, if you will, and he puts them places. And like there's a series of image, and it's always like it's massive, and there's always some small person down at the bottom. And the fact that he's animating this stuff is, I mean, that's sick. I clearly have not been on here as often as I should be, because this is cool. But yeah, like he would do stuff like this with an astronaut guy and this big slab of something. And I just love that. I could sit here and just look at an image like this for hours. I mean, wait, I just realized I didn't see all of the people that I follow. Yeah, because, yeah, there it is. Remnant. Look at this one. You know, this, I know that it sounds kind of funny, but this guy reminds me of Super Mario Brothers, or Super Mario from Super Mario World. With the yellow cape, on Super Nintendo. But I digress. I know it's probably supposed to be one of the other like role-playing games or whatever. Yeah, like look at this. This really like speaks to me too, you know. So we see this thing in all those ancient places, and then this is it all hooked up to a machine. It's like, oh man, I could totally rock that right there, man. Like, man. And the coloring of this is so, like, I love that. You know, who needs all this hyper realistic stuff when we've got these two-tone flats, basically? Man. Anyway. But yeah, he's really cool. I love his work a lot. Oh, he's done some stuff for Dune. Oh yeah, okay. So he did artwork for the role-playing game, the tabletop role-playing game, Adventures in the Imperium. Okay, Modiphius, put that out. That's a tabletop role-playing game company. Let's see. Anyway, but yeah, the whole like juxtaposition of a ultra futuristic robot and kind of like a past. Hold on, let me. Here we go. Okay, all I had to do was type in noir. There it is. Look at that. Like, This stuff is crazy. I thought I was already following the guy, but I'm totally following him now. Yes. Like, this is just... And there he is. He's just sitting there. And they're like, no, I swear. No, no, no. And, like, you can see, like, you know they're not playing because you see the one that's already got his head blown off and, you know, leaked out all over the floor. Like, that is just so cool to me. Yeah, let's look at his stuff. I'm trying to remember what all. Hopefully, yeah. There, I think he did a train station. Here's a. Oh man, that's. Let's see. He look like he's a machine too, like in his gut. I guess he shot her. Oh, that's what that is. And he's over here smoking a cigarette. It's just so out there. Yeah, there it is. This. So I remember seeing this image first and how it's supposed to be a train, but look at this like multi-spoked wheel looking hub assembly here and just how retro futuristic it looks. Like it's part Art Deco and part 50s, but yet there's like this 30s feel. I don't know. It's crazy stuff. So, and these are all humans, right? Just going to work, doing their thing, getting in this Cadillac of a train that looks almost like a plane because it's got these weird hydrofoils back here. There was another. Oh yeah, this is kind of fun. It's got a little dog down here, but yeah, it brings, like, to me, it calls to mind Blade Runner in a strange way. What is this? Okay, so this is kind of like the. Oh, okay, gotcha. So he's telling the story. I gotta find Aurora Noir. I gotta look that up because I'm guessing that it's a thing. Look at this, the roulette table. You got all these little server droid things. This guy over here, he looks like he belongs either in Mystery Science Theater 3000 or Daft Punk, or a mixture of the two. And then, like, this guy is like, what? We're not gonna talk about that. Like, what in the Tin Woman is that? All right. Anyway, okay. So cool. Well, I'm following him, but we're gonna, like, flip over here to my buddy Kevin. So his black and white work is amazing to me, and I love to showcase his work. You know, here he is. This is his story, Seed of the Serpent, written and drawn by Kevin McDougall. He did all the art and stuff. But yeah, his black and white, the shadows, the contrasts, just the rawness of it all. Love it. You know, and what's funny is I didn't used to like black and white, but now. And it's not, it's not just because of the affordability of it either. All around, it's cheaper to print, cheaper to, certainly cheaper art to get. Because if you get a decent black and white artist, you don't need color. I mean, and you really don't need color anyway. I'm noticing that the more, like, whenever Luke lays down the black and white, with the pencils and the inks for Chrome Dog, it definitely loses something when we add the color to it. But Chrome Dog will never, like, I don't want him to be in black and white. He belongs in full color. And I'm just so fortunate. I mean, look at this zombie. Like, this is so cool, coming up out of the ground. And this cover that he did, Svengoolie. fun stuff. And then this, I guess this is his, I mean, at least that's his little icon that he does. Brain Fever. Yeah, Brain Fever Productions, I guess is the, oh yeah, that makes sense. Crazy looking creature there. Yeah, you think so? This right here looks freaking, that's fire right there. I mean, the guy can, I mean, he can make skulls, the bones, the body, you give it all such a, I don't know if it's art, but I like it. It's a little quote from Batman. Batman 89, good old Joker. Yeah, he does some really cool, fun character designs too, down here. This Prisoner 13, I'd love to help him like massage the story and get it up and out. I don't think he ever got it off the ground, at least not yet. This is kind of interesting. I don't remember who Olivia is to him, but I know his son's name is Elijah. He's a colorist himself. He's helped me do some color work for my upcoming story in the Out of Obscurity anthology, which I'm still trying to get the. I don't know if I've shown. I just had an idea. Maybe I should just show the campaign one day. Just make a video of it, just to kind of show it off. Because I'm working on the campaign for our creative teams. So these are some Power Ranger concepts that he did. And I remember reading this, but I don't remember. Yeah, proposed Power Ranger series, which I guess never really got off the ground, but they're kind of neat. Their masks remind me of, I mean, I don't know if you've ever heard of Warframe, but it's a cool little, spacey video game. But, they're like space ninjas, pretty much. And there's one of the Warframes which has this cool little glowing head like that. This one's sick looking. It's crazy. And then this guy, it's like, I want this guy. Like, I want him to be a character in my universe. Bad. But I don't think Kevin will give him up. Then you got these cute little things here at the end, Black-Eyed Kids. So yeah, that's Kevin McDougal, also known as Drawing Luchador on the Twitter machine. I don't know if he's on the IG. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But there's that. All right. Well, I think. All right. If this doesn't make me go through the whole two-factor, yeah, it will. Yeah, no, I can't. I can't show it off. So yeah, I guess I'll brag on Luke for a minute. Luke Stone, my artist, he's also the one that's behind Fund My Comic, and I'm actually an admin on here as well. So I'm helping green light, or I'm helping green light some of the campaigns coming through, and when a certain campaign doesn't necessarily, if it has issues or if it could be better, we're kind of tasked to send them notes and let them, let the creator know, hey, you may want to adjust this or that or whatever, and because we want their campaigns to succeed, and we also want our our platform to remain good to go, and you can't when you've got certain what do you say, like certain content completely visible, which I'm not even sure why it's showing. Oh, well, will it let me? I'm not even signed in. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not even signed in. Weird. Whatever. So yeah, okay. Well, I will show this. This is okay. This is extremely rudimentary. It is very it has no polish whatsoever. And ultimately, I will not be the one running this campaign. I'm just kind of putting it together, and then I'm going to hand it off to someone like Luke or whoever else. But because Luke is our editor on this thing, so it's out of obscurity. This is going to be our anthology coming up soon. And a bunch of us creators have gotten together, and we've taken different public domain characters and we've written stories with them. And so it's a chance for us, almost no names. Some of us, have established names, but I'm definitely one of the folks that people don't really know who I am yet. And I'm hoping to change that in the coming years. But in the meantime, we've got this anthology, and so this is H. Wayne Desper, which is Hojo. This is the same guy that brings you the mythicals. So this is his story. He's doing Korak, son of Tarzan. We got Ghost Story by this is Avery Cooper, aka Telepathic Bunny. That this is his story that he's doing. Now, granted, Hojo and Telepathic Bunny and myself, we're all writers, so we get our I think it's awesome too. It's really cool to be able to work with these different folks. And so here's mine, coming in at number 3. We got, it's my story. I got with Kevin. He did the black and white, and then his son is doing the colors. So, and his son is actually brand new. He's a brand new colorist, and so he and I were kind of vibing here. And one of the things I just have to highlight, if you notice, I mean, I'm sure you know all about this, Duck, but some of you folks out there watching this on the replay, the gutters, a lot of times, you're either going to go black or white, or it's going to be extended, part of the picture, like we see here. It's kind of like the picture extends down, and so that's why the color fades and whatever. So it's almost like there's an invisible line here, and then you got the color that extends down. What Elijah and I were both kind of thinking is, why do the gutters always have to be black and white, or have that extended color? Like, why don't we just do a color that looks fun and appealing? Because I mean, this is a comic book, for crying out loud. It's supposed to be fun. And so that's, we kind of worked it out, figured it out. And so, as you can see here, this, whatever he's got going on here in the background, it has nothing to do with what's, the actual action on this page. But I think it works. It looks really cool, and I'm all about pushing the boundaries and doing something different. What I find interesting is this first person view, right? I'm not the only one doing it, right? We got Tarzan doing that first person view. It's like it seems to be a trope, at least right now, and I think that's cool for us to. Yeah, you say, I love extending it into the gutters. Yeah. Oh, yeah, me too. Definitely. And I definitely like the different color gutters. And then some, okay, so all the art has not been fully turned in. So some of these images are just placeholders. And then I actually eventually run out of art. So this is all still a work in progress, but these are all the different stories that are going to be in here. So we've got RJ Carter from Critical Blast. You may have heard of him. Ken B is, I know him from Twitter. I'm not sure what all he's been involved in, and so that's my fault for not knowing exactly. But Aaron C. and Jose Garcia, of course, if you don't know who Jose Garcia is by now, I mean, I hope you haven't been living under a rock. He's responsible for the really awesome art on what was it? Tiger Blue. But he's also working with Aaron C., aka Immortal Rising Comics. So on Immortal Rising. So that's that that comic is being crowdfunded right now. The Puritan, which is a Solomon Kane story, can't really call it Solomon Kane because that name is still, I think it's like the concept of Solomon Kane is public domain, but the name Solomon Kane we think is still very much used, and so it's a legal thing. But Matty Fowler again, Tiger Blue. And he got with Howard Chin to do the art on that. So, and of course, Ken B shows up here. We got Michael Gaddy of Earth's Best Entertainment. He's coming in with a Captain Battle story. And Jared Brickey of Frost Comics is coming. He's got with Ibe Canales for the art on Super Old Guy. So, but anyway, this is just, and we're just throwing up some. I mean, none of this is going to necessarily be a thing. I just threw, and these prices are probably not. I mean, I just threw something up. If you'll notice, I did the lorem ipsum, just filler text because we're just spitballing what all reward tiers there will be. So I mean, we're far from getting this. This is definitely not ready. So, but I just figure I'll take a moment to talk about it. Regardless, let's get back to the puzzle, shall we? Enough yik-yakking. So, but yeah, I mean that's just a little bit of a glimpse in some of my inspiration, especially looking at all that art. Oh, okay, so that worked. Here, let me let's turn this up just a sec here. Or maybe let's see what this is called, feeding the ducks. So I decided to kind of name my streams the Jankstream because there's a dank stream, there's a stank stream. So why not call mine the Jankstream? Because my name is Justin in the J, and plus, I mean, this is Jank, right? So, I'm trying to figure out. Nope. It's somewhere here, somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's my muffins. But yeah, I also wanted to kind of talk about Hikama. So you got Finn Finatra with his Shigama, and then there's Hikama. So Hikama, if you don't know, is this fruit. It grows in the ground. You can't cook it. You're supposed to eat it raw, but they call it the Mexican potato because it looks kind of like a potato and it grows in the ground, like I said. But you like if you slice a piece off, it's kind of brown on the outside, it's white on the inside, and it tastes kind of like an unripened pear. So do with that as you will, but I like it a lot. And just long story short, when I was working a construction job, it became my nickname by the different Hispanic folk that I worked with. Some of them were from Guatemala, others were from Mexico. We had a guy that was working there that was from Cuba, and they just they called me, every time they saw me, they called me Hikama, and that was when I was introduced to it, to the substance, as it were, and figured out, this is Hikama. It tastes really good. And I thought that they were calling me Hikama just because I had the Hikama. I had some. But no, they were calling me that because because I tan really well. They say that I was brown on the outside but white on the inside. So it's like they were like, Hikama. And so that'll be, that's kind of my that'll be my thing for my stream is Hikama. And so when I'm out and about, because it's funny, because when you look at it, it's spelled Jicam. CAMA, so it should be pronounced like, just to the American mind, it should be pronounced Jicama or Jicama or something like that, right? And so to hear people say it that way and not know that's so funny. And so it's I don't know, it's one of those like encoded things, and so if you don't know, you don't know. But you don't know that you don't know until someone explains it to you, and then you're just like, oh, how come I didn't know this wonderful bit of knowledge that you have now passed on to me? I must go and share the great news of Hikama. But if you ever want to try it, sometimes Walmart has it, Publix occasionally will have it, Kroger even, or Ralph's. I don't know where, what fine grocery store is in your area, but these different places, they will carry it because the migrants, they love to eat it. It's really good. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you've been to a Mexican restaurant, but they have a thing called pico de gallo. Well, there's actually a different kind of pico de gallo that's non-tomato based. It's actually, believe it or not, it's actually orange based. So you cut up, you slice up oranges, cucumbers, jicama, mangoes, right? And you put them all together and you squeeze either lime juice or lemon juice on them, and you put salt and then tapatio or hot sauce, or chili, hot sauce basically. And just mix it all together, and it's like this fruit salad that it's amazing. I mean, it is, and it's called pico de gallo, but it's non-tomato based, which I don't even know if the tomato version of pico de gallo is common anywhere else but the US. I mean, a lot of these cultures, they do a lot of this stuff. Oh, were you? That's so cool. You were raised on Hikama. I love it. Well, I never make assumptions, Some people are like, oh, what? It looks like rutabaga to me. Just at first glance. But yeah, that's cool, man. And I missed the boat in college. I really should have taken Spanish, but my dumbass, when I was in high school, I didn't take Spanish either. In high school, I took French, and then when I got to college, I took German. Like I don't know what I was thinking. So it would have helped taking Spanish for sure. But at the same time, when I worked on that construction job, I was probably one of the few people that cared of the co-workers that I had, and they cared enough to want to learn the language. And so I was always asking them, how do you say this? And how do you say that? And I guess they put up with this young gringo at the time, asking them all these questions. But you'd be amazed. I mean, I love culture, man. I love good food. I love good language. I love just hearing, people's stories. That's kind of my thing. And so, I guess I could be an amateur archaeologist, which is kind of ironic given the sorts of stories and characters that I'm creating for my world. This does not. Well, I guess it is going to line up. This thing, I've been eyeballing this thing forever, and it has not, and then finally it clicked. Like, the brain is a strange thing sometimes. Well, just because you're from the South, I mean, doesn't necessarily mean you're raised on jicama. Did y'all pronounce it jicama? Like Forrest Gump saying, instead of Greenbow, Alabama, he says, Greenbow, Jacama. Just butcher that language. Yeah, I was raised in the South too. I'd never heard of it. Of course, I'm out here in the sticks, a bunch of uncultured swine out here. Speaking of uncultured swine, like they would just soon eat a pig than the yard bird that's out there in the picking at the ticks in their yard. This is kind of therapeutic watching someone. Is it? Okay, well. Okay. Tell all your friends. We'll turn it into a puzzle stream. Well, what's funny is, like, as you can see, there's not any, I don't have all the pieces out here, right? So, and a while ago, I sacrificed so much time when I flipped all these into the other box, so I had to flip them all back over. But yeah, so I've got multi layers here. Like here's where all the pieces are. They're in this box. They're in this box. Because I'm trying to keep it relegated to this little table in my studio. Just I don't know. Maybe there's a part of me that's procrastinating. Like I should probably be drawing or doing some sort of graphic design, but nah. I did that last night, so I'm taking the night off, and then tomorrow night is game night at my work, so I get to perform for those folks, and probably sell a whole bunch of gaming products. So that's always fun. I love retail, selling stuff. I do. I love to just oh, you want to buy that? Here, let me check you out. Let me take your money on behalf of our company. Let's do this. Day job. Well, I mean, I try, but yeah. Speaking of culture stuff, like, I think it's funny. All these people want to tell us, how we're supposed to be. They're always trying to tell us how, like what we're supposed to be, what lane we're supposed to be like walking in, how we're not supposed to wear our hair a certain way, or we're not supposed to watch certain movies, or we're not supposed to listen to certain music, and it's like, whatever happened to just making cool stuff and letting people appreciate it for what it is, regardless of where they come from. It's kind of like, and I don't want to get too far into it, but I don't know if you're familiar, Duck, with this. There's a well-known card game called Magic the Gathering, and there's all this hubbub about a certain fantasy property that has been they've made magic cards out of, and they're coming out, and there's a certain character that has been changed culturally, or his appearance, I guess we could say, has been changed. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to explain that type of thing in the story of the card game, or if they're even going to broach it, but maybe they will. But it's one of those things where, when you take stands like that, or it's almost, at this point, it's so laughable. It's so just outrageously polarizing to come out and say, hey, we're going to make this character, we're going to completely, fundamentally change what they are just by changing their skin tone. and I think part of it is just to get the press to be able to sell the thing. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, Magic sells itself anyway, so I don't really know what they're really trying to do. It feels like they're just trying to divide us even more and more and more. Even though I honestly, in my opinion, and this is the only opinion that I'm going to offer on the subject, and it's, why stop there? Why stop with Aragorn and just go ahead and change Arwen, change her over, and why stop with her? Just go ahead and change the entire Middle Earth and make it sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, why? Well, like, what's stopping the complete shift of it? I mean, or hey, there's a concept. Why not revisit Mirage? Let's go back to the, and maybe that's the broader topic, right? Why take Nordic myth and inject some other, what's the word, ethnicity that doesn't really need to be there, when you have entire swaths of mythology that are with other cultures and have been with other cultures. Why not explore those cultures instead? Like, there's so much richness there to explore, But no, we have to. There has to be a cheapening of it, a mockery of it, and then if a person disagrees, they kind of they get made to feel ashamed, or made to think that they should be ashamed, or like whatever, when it's the people doing the changing of the thing should be the ones that should be ashamed, because they're taking something that was once beautiful and putting their own little spin on it, just to either sell a few copies or to gain notoriety for themselves. And I think that's the real tragedy. But what do I know? I'm hashtag just a writer. Never mind that writers have always been the voice of. I'd like to think that writers are supposed to be the voice of the sound minds. The people who have their hand on the pulse, their fingers on the pulse of culture in whatever culture, wherever. Like, they're the ones that are kind of like looking at the world around them and interpreting it and saying, hey, there's something not quite right here, and then showing that in their art. And yes, writing is an art. So Duck says, that's interesting. I feel the people who got their degrees in critical theory just want to destroy civilization by destroying the culture. I think that's their only mission, not any higher virtue. And I can't disagree with you there. I mean, here, that bears looking at a little deeper. So the question is, what then, right? Like, to what end? What is the goal here? Why destroy civilization? Is it to build it again in their own image? What's the end game? Once you go in and you pay Paradise to put up a parking lot, like Joni Mitchell sings, and then what? What are you going to do next? What's next on the agenda? Because there's not going to be any life left. Once you wring every single ounce of influence out of every single thing that's around you, what's left? Because I got a theory. I think they're gonna back. Well, let me put it this way: they're gonna paint themselves so far into a corner and they're going to cause such a wedge to be so far between us and them. And when I say us and them, interpret that as you will. I say us as, free-thinking individuals, and them as being the ones who would have us do their bidding. But, whichever. But I think ultimately they're going to push us so far that they're going to have to look around. They're going to be like, wait, where did everyone go? We're just going to be over here doing our own thing. And we're going to say, forget y'all. We're living our own lives, and you've proven time and time again you don't give a damn about what we say or what we think. So you just be over there and do your own thing and try to grow your own food and try to feed yourself, because we're not doing it anymore. I think I don't know how familiar you are with Hunger Games, but Suzanne Collins has man, as I'm talking about it, I may need to revisit that whole epic. Those 3 books. I mean, it is a rather striking commentary on what how far out, how far do you push the proles, the proletariat, or the people that get things done? How far do you push them out and off until they finally say, you know what? No, we're going to overthrow, and you're not going to, push us around anymore. And that's it. Like, the end of the story, end of subject. It's a done deal. You're going to starve to death, and we're going to be fine because we have the means of production. So then what? They're going to be up a creek, and that's kind of where the capital found themselves ultimately. And at the end of the day, even that dictator is not going to have the people around him like he or she thinks they will. Those oligarchs are not always going to have the people around them to do their bidding, because you can't kill them all. Can't grind them all to powder and then expect them to do stuff for you. I think the majority have no idea what the end game is. They might actually believe they're making a better world when all they're doing is sinking the ship that everyone is on. I'll have to read this. Yeah, I mean, to be quite fair, just watch the movies. That's probably one of the only times you'll ever hear me, say that. I think, the books are fine. And I don't know. I guess it depends on how much time you have on your hands. But I think both are good in their own right, and they both tell the story in surprisingly different ways. I really like the movies and how they show. That it's quite political, really, if you think about it. And I definitely don't, if you haven't seen the movies, I don't want to spoil, but the use of colors, we'll say, in the political, showing in the movies, is quite telling and striking. And I don't remember Suzanne Collins using the colors. I don't think the way she describes it is that way. So yeah, this is coming together. Just, a little bit here, a little bit there. Great conversation. And and that maybe that's why I have an urge to stream me putting a puzzle together and talk about like the higher things, because no one really talks about the higher things. Everything's all base, it's all hypersexualized, just locker room talk or drama du jour. It's like, okay, cool, I guess, not me. I feel like maturity is lacking in many, especially in our design space. And take from that as you will. But am I an entertainer? Am I, in the words of Joe Pesci, am I a clown? Am I here to amuse you? Um, what are you laughing at? And that's a that's an interesting thing to ponder on, I guess. If nothing's funny anymore, what's the point of laughing? Maybe that's something else that's kind of getting to me is, we're not allowed to have jokes anymore. We're not allowed to think that, racial stereotypes are funny unless it's at the white, at a white guy's expense. Then you can laugh all you want, I guess. But what do I know? I'm just a mutt. I'm a mixed breed. I got who knows what all blood in me. I mean, isn't that the American story though? There's so many of us here in America that we claim one thing or we claim another, I suppose, to those who do claim. I don't know why I said we. People claim. I just claim to just, I'm a Tennessean first. That's my claim. I claim to be a Tennessean first. Whoever is the president, that's great. Whoever the president is, wonderful. Good on them. However, the country is made up of several states, not just one. It's not one big megalithic state. And frankly, the president of the United States shouldn't matter. Heck, I mean, what am I saying? Congress shouldn't matter. At this point, there should be no need to have a Congress because, look at how many laws we have in the books now. It's gotten ridiculous. And yes, I'm libertarian, and I don't care. I don't care. The people know that about me. I dig that. Oh well, thanks. I think everyone's a mutt except Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, that's right. She's I think in her words, she's Native American, which to those of us who know, the word is American Indian. Get it right. And I'll defend that to the death because I there's too many people. I definitely want to share this. The reason I say that is I read in a book from a wise tribesman who said that definitely one wiser than me, who said that they prefer American Indian because it's the one thing that the white man gave to them, is to be called an Indian. So they don't want that because that became part of their identity. They don't want that to be taken from them, and I have to respect that. And if they want to be called Native American, or I say they want to. There's so many who would say that, but most of the people that say that they and they correct the quote unquote white man or the so-called white man on the word, the term Native American or American Indian, and they say, oh, you need to call them or call us Native American. Generally, they're on the side of the white man. If you watch, I'm sorry, so-called white man, just like so-called black men. And if you look in history books as well as contemporary, especially a lot of these tribal leaders of today, the ones that are true tribal leaders, none of these that are globalists, masquerading as such, or the ones that bowed the knee to globalists. They like to play fast and loose with these land acknowledgements. I find that striking. Like, to me, that's offensive because you're gonna sit here, you're gonna give your little, even on these Zoom calls back when COVID was, raging, people would, they would go into this big long-winded thing about, we're on this, such and such land of the such and such people and all this stuff, and they go through this whole thing, and then they get on with their speech, right? Well, my first question is, okay, if you acknowledge this is their land, why not give it back? I mean, because, what? If you're going to go that far and acknowledge all of that, why not just say, hey, we're just gonna give it back, or we need to make steps to allow people to live on the lands that their ancestors roamed free on, instead of putting them in their own American version of internment camps. Well, anyway, I probably shouldn't be talking like this. I don't know what YouTube's gonna do to me. Wouldn't that be something if I say the wrong thing about this subject and YouTube just cans me? Don't worry, I'm not a drama farmer. If I get kicked off, I'm not gonna rage bait. I'm gonna be like, oh no, they kicked me off Twitter because I said such and such. It's like, whatever. Twitter. I mean, YouTube. I guess I have puzzle brain. Plus I talk too much. Yeah, Pocahontas herself, Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Political correctness is always being offended on someone else's behalf. It's like, nobody says this, nobody cares like you do, you white liberal, so-called white liberal. Oh, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a Trump supporter either. I'm not a any supporter. No. I support my governor, I guess. Even though he's made some bonehead plays, but I mean, he's in that arena. He has to play politics, so I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of, I don't know. It's all just a big mess. I always like to say, it's all a big joke that's just not funny anymore. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to work all this out. And I bet you're seeing like this one piece, right? And you're like, it goes there. That's where it goes. Just put it there. There we go. See, I got a really good memory. Oh, you can't even see my finger. Yeah, right down here. I'll put that piece right there. I have a very good memory. I don't want to say it's photographic. I don't know what to call it. I just know that some things I can recall, and I can be like, oh yeah, that was over there. Usually I use that skill for finding lost keys or like whatever around the house. But when working a puzzle, it comes in handy because then I can kind of like remember patterns and whatnot. And this is supposed to go here. Yeah, it does. There it goes. There you go. And that glare is ridiculous. I hate that. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. Sorry. I need to figure out a better lighting situation for all of this. No, just leaving it up to you. Okay, all right. Well, I know this is just captivating. Almost like watching paint dry, huh? or ice melting. Well, one thing I don't ever want to do, and I don't know if you, so Duck, tell me, do you ever watch Rex's stream in his 4 o'clock shadow? He and Shadowhawk. Yeah, Shadowhawk Talks. They do their show every day at 4:00. And earlier today he was on there. I can't remember if you were there. I think you were probably on one of the other shows, probably with Matt Barr. But he was Shadows blew his nose on stream. Even though it wasn't on the camera, like, you know, it wasn't on camera or anything. But it's like, mute, man. There's a mute button right there. Mute that sucker. I'm sure I'll get caught doing something embarrassing one day. I shouldn't make too much fun. No, that doesn't go there. This one right here is aggravating the piss out of me right here. Like, because it looks like it's supposed to go here, but it doesn't. So, and I don't want to look at the image. I want to just try to figure this thing out without looking at the picture. I've done enough comparison stuff for a lot of this blue that's down here and these up here. I don't want to look at that stupid image again. I want to try to like push through this. Man, I don't even know. And see, these are going to be up here somehow, some way too. But yeah, comic books. Yeah, I find the medium, to me, more satisfying as a storyteller because I don't have to be verbose, you know? Like, I don't have to worry about being too verbose. As long as I can, like, hit it and get it with the script and keep my artist and my color, like the people that read it, that need to read it to be able to produce the thing, like, as long as they get the gist and we rock it and we have fun with it, then I'm golden. I feel like if I sat down to write a novel, I'd run the risk of either being way too wordy or not wordy enough. And to me, the snap of writing a script for a comic book is a lot more entertaining for my brain, I guess. I know that's not a question you've asked me, but it's funny. I've been on all these different shows. I haven't been on any shows lately because I'm waiting for more art so that I can show it off, and really get people jazzed for Chrome Dog. Man, I can't wait. Which, by the way, anybody out there, if you're watching this stream, please like, subscribe, share the video out. Also, check out in the description, I've got a series of links, one of which is the most important and probably the most proud, and it's not my campaigns. It is the 10-page Ashcan version of Chrome Dog. If you do me a favor and just, click that link, download that book, and read it. It's 10 pages plus a few little things at the end to kind of get just, I don't know, some fun stuff I did there at the end. It's a 10-page preview, Ashcan's first 10 pages of Chrome Dog #1. If you'll do me a favor and read that puppy and then post a comment, tell me describe your thoughts. I'd love to hear it on this video, or on any other video that I do that you find appealing or not. Feedback is not something I get enough of. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm not here to be adored by my fans. I'm here to tell stories and to share in the experience. And I definitely want to tell the most compelling story as possible at any given moment. So please share what you think. Be brutally honest. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over the book so far. So I wouldn't be anywhere if I got mad at the drop of a hat as we went along, and I dang sure am not micromanaging my people. That is one, that's not mean. Two, that doesn't make for a fun comic, in my opinion. I think art should be, or I think the production of a comic book should not be the sole micromanaging, part of a, it's not a writer's responsibility to be the one to micromanage their comic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Getting back over to, let's see here. Is that who you were talking about? Okay, you're gonna have to refresh me on that, Duck. I kind of is what. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Shadowhawk. Yeah. I mean, I'm just having fun. He's cool. Like, I mean, and we're cool. I was just having fun. Like, it's funny sometimes. Even Bunny, like, I'll catch Bunny. He'll fall asleep on stream. And he can't really help it. He works long hours, and he doesn't get the sleep that he needs. And sometimes I think even Rex. It's funny. Rex was picking on him for the blowing his nose as well, and I think Rex is he's coughed on stream and hasn't muted it before, so it's it's just part of the we just give each other a hard time, so it's all in fun. But you said Sontag stream had a good question. What's a good X-Men story over the past 20 years? Oh boy, don't get me started. Honestly, I haven't been reading X-Men since the 90s. I couldn't tell you. I walked away from comics because we had a house full of kids. We had 5 kids between us, my wife and I, and we, life got busy, and my kids weren't really that interested in comics at the time, and so it was a lot of those comics went with the purge. I did retain some of them for the future, but most of what I had before kind of went away. So I'm kind of slowly collecting some things back, but one thing I'm not too keen on is collecting Marvel stuff or DC. Well, that's wrong. I can't. And the lie detector determined that was a lie. So yeah, I got these. So we got Ethan Van Sciver's Jeff Johns' No Fear, Green Lantern. Real quick, we also got Green Lantern Rebirth, Ethan Van Sciver. I just bought these, and then the Batman, Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. This, just looking this over, studying, there's a reason why I got this book, especially because one of my inspirations for Chrome Dog is the Batman the Animated Series, and I'm hoping if I do what I do right, what not just me but also Luke, my artist. As long as we're doing our jobs right, it'll come through. I know that the hook or the my pitch is always that it's Ninja Turtles and Ghost in the Shell, which it is, but it's more than that. But it definitely I was very much inspired by. This doesn't seem to fit. Was very much inspired by Bruce Timm. Okay, all right. In the Batman animated series for sure. But getting back to your question, what's a good X-Men story over the past 20 years? Yeah, I can't answer that. I don't really know. Dang, you stumped me. I guess it's a trick question. There hasn't been. I mean, yeah, I know one thing. A while ago, when I showed off that picture of my story that's in the upcoming anthology, one of the reasons I chose the Bronze Terror was I was inspired to pick him up as a character, because I found out that that they killed off Warpath in the Marvel universe, and that got all up. That just got all up on me. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to write an American Indian character in my stories. And I'm actually, not only am I going to take this public domain character, but I'm going to remake him into a character that will fit in my universe. And so his name will be Thunder Horse. Not will be, it is. His name is Thunder Horse. And it's Thunder Horse the Bronze Terror. So there, that's my contribution. And I plan on, figuring out who he is and what he's about in my stories. So it's going to be a little bit Daredevil, a little bit Thor, and a lot of of what Bronze Terror should have been, in my opinion. Because the one thing that they got wrong with Bronze Terror originally was he was full-blooded Apache, but yet he was an excellent horseman, right? So he was on this horse, and he rode the horse everywhere and this and that. And well, if you know much about Indians, they're or the tribes, the Apache were not. They weren't the horse masters. The Comanche were. So Thunder Horse, even though he's going to exist in my universe, his father was a Comanche, and his mother was Apache, and they came over on the through the from this world to that world in a Stargate before they destroyed it once they got on the other side, and were allowed to cultivate their own cultures, and that's part of what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build, what would it look like if the white man didn't, if there was no quote unquote so-called white man preventing a culture from allowing to exist with technology, and to grow with it, and and to what would that look like? And so I definitely look forward to answering those questions as I go. Hey, Woke Breaker, welcome. So glad you can make it, man. This is cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. I guess, I'm over an hour, but I didn't stream at all last week. Sorry about that. I was so consistent too for weeks, and last week I just basically, all right, I'm gonna level with y'all. This is what happened. By the way, Duck, yeah, I saw you got Malin's Thunderbolt digitally. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I need to, I'd like to look those over. Thunderbolts, it's a fun comic book for sure. But yeah, no, I'm gonna tell y'all a story, okay? So, I don't know if you caught wind of it. I don't even know if you've heard of it or if you saw my ranting about it. But there's this thing called Whatnot, and I blame Rob Liefeld for showing me. But it's an app. / website, if you will. Now, what the hell? Wait a second. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm over here thinking that this is some kind of sky, but it's not. This is great. It's funny. It's all over here. What the heck? Anyway, so there's this app. It's called Whatnot, and it's basically it's a social media equivalent. Something is not right here. Okay, all right. Something's rotten in the state of Denmark. Yeah, I think that's wrong. I think that's what I'm missing. Sorry, I'm interrupting myself. There we go. See? I knew there was something wrong. I just couldn't put my finger on it. So if that's the case, then maybe this goes like this, and then look at that. We win. I knew it. I knew there was something going on. Anyway, it was really messing with me. So anyway, so I was on this app called Whatnot, and it's like eBay. You basically have to be an auctioneer on there, man. You're live streaming, and you're auctioning as you live stream. But you have, in order to see the website, I would link it, but you have to make an account in order to see it, right? So you can't just look in a live stream without an account. So anyway, so I went through the process to get on there and everything else because, Rob Liefeld, I mean, he's on there all the time. He's remarking stuff and selling stuff. And I was thinking, well, if he can do it, right? I mean, that's the story of my life, man. I see, what other people are doing. It's like, well, if this guy can do it, I can do it, right? I did the same with EBS. I did the same with Eric July. It's like, hey, if they can make a comic, I can make a comic. Well, so here I am. I'm on the app, and I'm like, okay. So I finally work up the nerve to start my own stream. I got everything straight, and so I start, and I get on there, and I'm trying to sell floppy comics, and they're not these super sexy floppy comics either, because apparently those sell like gangbusters, just like you see on Kickstarter. Because apparently, there's a whole subculture in the comic space of guys, horny guys that just want to buy lewd, comic book cover variants all day long, right? And so there's a market for that there for sure, right? But there's not a market for my, effed up, back issues and this and that because the shipping costs too much. And it's like, opening bids are like $1 or $3. I'm opening them up and no one's taking because they're like, oh, the shipping's too much. Well, I'm putting them, packing them in Gemini mailers. It's not like I'm going to be shipping them out in a daggone manila envelope or anything, right? And so, so the plan is just to ship them out and this and that. Well, if the piece fits, yeah, that's true, and it did. Woo! So I'm on there, and I notice it's unlike streaming, you feel like you're really on the spot, okay? Because you feel like this is your one chance, and your one chance to get their attention and to keep their attention and to get them to buy stuff, right? And then like you see them drop off. And then all of a sudden a bunch of them come back in, and then they drop off, and they're the same people, right? So this one guy kept coming and going and coming and going and coming and going, and I would thank him and I would acknowledge him every time he came in. And eventually he's like, man, he says, your shipping's too expensive. I'm like, shipping's too expensive. Now, mind you, the shipping is pre-calculated, and it's required for those of us selling on Whatnot to use Whatnot's label system. So it's out of my hands if I'm honest with the shipping weight, okay? And so if he's complaining about the shipping being too high, I'm thinking, okay, so apparently these other people are lowballing on the shipping, for the weights or whatever, in order to try to make that sale. But I mean, by the time they get their cut and everything else, I wouldn't make any money whatsoever. And so I just took stock of all that, and then not to mention they encourage you to do giveaways. Well, this guy. So I do a giveaway because I'm thinking, okay, well, this will get people jazzed and they're going to want to buy stuff, right? And so I go to do this giveaway, and this guy winds up being the same guy that's been busting my chops over this whole shipping thing, winds up being the guy that wins. So I wind up shipping him a free comic book at my own expense. Never sold one thing that whole night on Whatnot, and so I owe Whatnot $6. And I'm done with Whatnot. I took all the comics that I was going to sell on there. I took them to a local bookstore, and I turned them in for a combination cash and store credit or whatever, because I don't have time for that. Like, I need to start like skilling up. I need to, learn how to draw. I need to, get good with graphic design so that I can create things of value for folks who are going to back my campaigns, instead of busking for chump change on some ridiculous app that forces me to be on the whole time that I'm on there. It's like I could just sit here and chill and put together a puzzle on YouTube and get the same level of interaction with fine folks like Duck and Woke Breaker without all the fuss and all the headache. Plus, this is all just chill, right? Just hanging out, talking about things I want to talk about, not trying to be fake or whatever. What is this? Oh, this one's fun. This is a song that Luke likes to put in his draw streams. Which, by the way, I want to tell you guys that I've got a draw stream. I'm trying to schedule one with Luke soon. Just don't, we gotta narrow it down, but get us a date. But where we're gonna do a stream drawing a sexy female character from Chrome Dog that has yet to be revealed in all her fullness. Spoiler alert: she's been revealed, but not in her fullness, not to the extent that you know who she is. And so I want to get a picture of her. I want to get him to draw a picture of her on stream on his draw stream while we talk about Chrome Dog and whatever else he wants to talk about while we're on stream. I think that would be fun, and definitely a much better use of my time than dicking around with a thing called whatnot. So that is that story. The lighting in here, it's bad for you and bad for me. Ooh, okay, so that works, and then this will probably go with that. Set that there. Curious how you, okay. That isn't print, oh boy. Oh my gosh. There we go. Yeah, see, that looked like it was gonna go. Oh my gosh, the temptation is real. I can't imagine like what. Okay, all right, here we are. We're gonna look. We are gonna look. Let's find it. Find it. It's kind of blurry. Hashtag blurry. Oh, okay. So it's up here. It's like a little veranda. It goes all the way over here in the place where you can't see because of that ridiculous light. It's all my fault. Okay, maybe. Nope. There we go. Yeah. There it is. Ta-da. Ta-da. Yeah, ta-da. We did it. Oh. I think I may have found the bees. Maybe. Nope. Okay. Well, maybe it's down here. Yep, that's it there. We're getting there. Piece by piece. Piece by piece. I need to buy some more of that puzzle saver. And then that way I can put it on my wall as a poster. Kind of show. When can we have a crossover? A crossover of what? Like your IP? I'm all about crossing over. The only thing is, and I've been chided for this, but Chrome Dog does not live on this in this time, nor does he live on this planet. So depending on your IP and what's going on there, what the hell? What is going on here? Okay, hold on. Yeah, it doesn't go that way. It looks like it fits this way, but it's not. Okay. Yeah, it's not not going to go there. So it's got to go all the way down here. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, depending on where your IP is, we'd have to figure out, oh, go try to eat. Well, yeah, man, go eat. And I'm probably going to be on here for like another 10 minutes. I'll go ahead and round out 2 hours. It's fine. But yeah, I'm all about some crossovers. The only thing is legal, like, contracts. We definitely have to, that's the thing. I control my stuff. I want you to control your stuff. Even though we're friends or we're friendly, right? We're acquaintances right now, and who knows, we may become closer than brothers. Everything still needs to be in writing, because what you don't want to have happen is a situation like some of the other creators in our space who, assumptions get made, things get produced, people don't get paid, or they feel like they're not getting their fair share, and there were no contracts written up. And heck, I mean, I barely know what I'm talking about, but there's at least one dispute that I know of. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but I'm sure you can guess, where there was a contract, but apparently the contract is not being honored, and so it's turned into this big legal battle, or if not yet, it will. And so in the meantime, the book is not being produced. There's no nothing for the backers. It's like backers get left out in the cold because the two creators can't see eye to eye on the product, for one way or the other. And so everybody loses. So on the one hand, yes, I mean, I can say sure, we can do a crossover, but I also would say we got to get our paperwork in order first. And I don't mean any offense by any means. Crossover prints, stuff like that, sure, why not? As long as you're not damaging my IP with it. Like some people are just mean with their pictures, I guess. Not that you would be, just saying. Some people are what they are. I'm trying to figure, okay, so this is it's a bottom piece somehow, some way. Ugh. Yeah, this little area down here, this little bridge area is it's kind of for the birds. Ugh. How's this supposed to go? Yeah. Caught me in puzzle time. Woke. Curious. But yeah, and that's the other thing, comic book production. I mean, there's just so much money involved, especially when I'm not drawing any of my stuff, and I hire it out. Like, I had no idea how much it was going to cost when I first started. I don't think anyone really knows until you're actually in it. And then you have to kind of weigh, okay, is this worth it to me? Is this something I really want to do? Is this something I want to, is this going to be the thing that I want to do with my hard-earned funds? Or, do I want to die with my ideas stuck in my brain and not on a page? Sure, I could sit here and bang out a bunch of scripts, but I mean, I'm the only one that wants, if I'm the only one that has the vision, what's the point? Okay. So this is supposed to go there, I'm sure. Something like that. Not understanding here. I'm just going to break on. Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of running out of steam here. No pun intended. Had a really good conversation, kind of with Duck in an indirect sort of way. And I guess that's the other thing too, is I prefer, I guess, and I'll leave you with this. I kind of prefer talking to chat instead of having a guest on, because I learned really easy, like real quick, that there's a certain politic to it, and it's a dimension that I was not appreciative of, and how people perceive if you let one person on and you don't let someone else on. There can be certain jealousies that creep up, and I wasn't sensitive to that, but now I know, and so I think it's kind of one of those things. I'm a weirdo. Okay, I'll admit it. When people have birthdays, I don't tell anybody happy birthday. I know that sounds odd, but I don't tell them happy birthday, because if I tell one person happy birthday, I have to tell everybody happy birthday. So it's one of those things. It's like, okay, well, if I let one person on my stream, I got to let everybody on my stream. And I guess at this point, I'm kind of letting those of you out there who come and you visit me when I'm here, kind of like how I don't typically get biblical, but how Jesus was talking about how when I was sick, you visited me. When I was in prison, you came to see me. When I was hungry, you gave me something to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me a drink. It's kind of one of those things. It's like when I'm in these streams and you come to see me, if it's your bag, baby, then you'll get rewarded with a wrench. I feel that's at least what I feel like a wrench is neutral ground, and a token of, hey, thanks for coming in and spending your time with me. Here's some authority so you can help police the place, because I'm not. I mean, I am, but I'm busy doing something else. Like, as you can see, I'm here. I'm building putting together this daggone puzzle, and it's in the words of Duck Bacon. It is here. Let's see if we can find it. It's oddly, I'm saying it's oddly therapeutic. What do you say? Here we go. We'll put that as your little moment is in. This is kind of therapeutic, watching someone else deal with the puzzle pieces. So, yeah. Well, this has been my my Jankstream number 1. I'm not even going to number them, because I don't trust myself to keep up with all the numbers. But yeah, thanks for coming by. Those of you who have, please like, share, subscribe, and also check out my description. And if you haven't seen Chrome Dog yet, there's a link there to download the free 10-page PDF Ashcan of Chrome Dog number 1. You can try before you buy, as it were. And if you like it, and even if you don't like it, please leave me a comment. Tell me, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Bear, I'll suffer, because Chrome Dog's my baby, and these characters I'm introducing, these are my children, my extended children. And so tell me, if I'm not raising them right, tell me to smack them upside the head, or tell me I'm smacking them too hard upside their head. Give me your honest assessment. And then, if you feel so inclined, I've got 2 different ways that you can back me. You can go on Fund My Comic, that's the best way, because it features all the wonderful tiers, the reward tiers, and even some value tiers. I managed to create some bundles on there for you to kind of help with shipping, especially international folks. We've even got this big mega bundle of the Arrow comics. So you get Arrow Comics bundle 1 and 2 plus all the stretch goals for boom, here you go, just buy them all. That's 14 comics, which is maximum value. And the shipping price is how much it costs to actually ship that package that's heavy with all 14 of those daggum comics plus all the stretch goals. So before we go, I want to tell you, as I tell every at the end of every broadcast, that until next time, I want you to get out there, and I want you to enjoy our wild America.